Welcome everybody to the Latin Nerds Network. My name is Jose and this is my review for The Furious, the newest martial arts film to release in a couple weeks. Funny story here because I was literally getting into the Masters of the Universe screening today, early screening for that. I was looking forward to that. And I got a text from a friend that he found out that they have those AMC screen unseen kind of films, mystery films on Mondays. He told me, "Hey, The Furious is going to be shown today," which is a movie I was really excited about. So I'm like, I made the executive decision to say bye bye to Masters of the Universe and I went to go see The Furious instead, just a couple weeks early. So this is still an early review for a particular film, just not the film I was expecting waking up that day. So listen, this one here, it's got a lot of praise. There was, I think the Toronto Film Festivals where it premiered, and I've seen some reviews before it. And I'm just a huge fan of this genre, this martial arts genre. I know it's not for everybody. It's kind of a niche thing, which is kind of a shame because I think American audiences really are missing out on some fantastic films here, particularly on the action side. But yeah, this one here, if it's being compared to The Raid and The Raid 2, which to me are probably the top two action films ever made. Not ever made, I mean, I go that far, but in the last 25 years, 30 years, whatever, for sure, in terms of the pure visceral action, how it's filmed, the choreographed, you name it, right? And this movie actually has a couple of those The Raid alums, and one of the guys who's I forget his name, but who's in Warrior HBO show, which is fantastic. And recently, you've seen him as he's Sub-Zero in the last couple of Mortal Kombat films. So these guys are real true martial artists, which kind of separates this from kind of a lot of American films and martial arts that don't always use martial artists in terms of the leads anyway. So it doesn't have the same effect. It works great with like someone like John Wick, with Keanu Reeves and John Wick, because he actually has taken up the arts, martial arts, and he's a martial artist himself and all that. So there's a little bit of a difference. But overall, listen, there's one. Again, it's a high bar when you mention The Raid next to this kind of movie. And listen, this is not as good as The Raid. The Raid 2, I'm gonna say it right off the bat. However, it may be the closest thing I've seen to that since. This movie is bonkers. It's crazy, man. It's really good. Some of the best fight scenes I've seen in a long time, for sure. And listen, and what I like about this off the bat, it's you have a guy, him and his daughter. His wife had passed away some time ago. He's mute, so he's taking care of her. Kind of keeps to himself. And one day there's this organization who dabbles in, I guess, human trafficking, young boys and girls, kidnaps the girl one day, and unfortunately it was a mistake, but this is the wrong guy to mess with. They keep his mystery hidden throughout the film, and they reveal who he really is or who he was in his past life anyway. But this guy's obviously well versed in the world of martial arts, and he's hell bent on bringing his daughter back, and no one gets in his way, kind of deal. And eventually, he does partner up with an investigator, whose wife was a reporter investigating this, trying to bring this organization down. He kind of took over after she went missing, and now they eventually team up to take down this organization. Easy, simple, let's go. You don't need more than that. It's not overly, the plot was overly done or complicated. And this is an action film that you don't want any of that. That gets in the way. Someone like John Wick did it great, right? Just, hey, they kill my dog, y'all going down. This is a simple premise that works in the same vein. And let me tell you, man, although the movie is a little bit too long, I'll admit to that, but the pacing, the action is from beginning to the end. It's amazing to see what you can really do. Some great choreography, great, the way they filmed it, you can actually see what's going on. None of the shaky cam nonsense that you see a lot of times. It stays in the shot for a while, so you get to see the flow of the action, the dancing that they're doing. Okay, that's virtually what it is, right? It's a form of dancing. And let me tell you, man, this action is, although it's not as brutal as something with The Raid, until kind of towards the end it gets that way. And I wish it had more impact in some of the moves and hits throughout the film. The last fight is incredibly amazing. Maybe a little bit too long, but that's okay because it is amazing. And listen, like most action films, particularly martial arts films, you have to kind of really, suspend disbelief because like these guys take all kinds of punishment and keep on going. It is what we've seen it 1,000 times in all kinds in every film, right? Particularly anything in the action genre. No one can do that. I get it. It's impossible. They're getting hit with hammers and shit and still moving around. I get all that. You get past that because you know what you're getting into, and you're walking into a movie like this. And these guys are almost Superman at times, and that's okay. But listen, it's refreshing to see a film that dedicates to great choreography. It's inventive in its action, how what these guys, these martial artists, are able to do it's nuts. And some things I haven't, and I'm a huge fan of the genre. There's things in here I haven't seen before. It's like, oh, I haven't seen anybody do that kind of move. It's awesome. It's really fantastic. So well done. I mean, and when it does get brutal, that's when, like, oh, now we're in business, right? And yeah, and ultimately it's a couple CGI scenes I noticed. One involving some ice, which is kind of ridiculous. Don't get me wrong. And sometimes some things that the characters do is like ridiculous, but that's okay. And once or twice, not many. Maybe I may be wrong here, but it's some CGI is used in the fighting, but it's very rare because it's true, actors and fighters in there doing what they do best, and that's kicking ass. And this movie kicks ass. It's great. It's awesome. It really is. I can't tell you guys to go watch this movie enough. If you're into the genre, if you're fans of movies like that, pure action, you like the martial arts films, you like things like The Raid, and I'll keep bringing that up because it's so good. This movie is a must-watch. Run to the theaters. And I know a lot of people are not going to see this. It is what it is, but go watch it for yourself. You're a fan of the genre. If you're watching this review, it's probably because you are a fan of the genre and are curious about this film. Don't worry about being curious. Just go watch it. It's great. The action is fantastic. It hits hard, inventive, crazy bonkers scenes that it has in here, and it's all done with no CGI, no stunt doubles per se in terms of the main actors here. And the stunt work is ridiculous, of course, as they always are in these kind of films. This is really good. I love this film. Again, one of the best action films I've seen in a long time in this particular genre for sure. So yeah, definitely go watch it. If you guys do, let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm nuts. Maybe this movie sucks. I doubt it, but maybe it does. Hey, to each their own. Comment below, let me know what you guys think about the film. And of course, if you haven't done so already, subscribe below and free money to go to the movies and talk about it afterwards. See you guys next time.